And we are live. Hello. Here we are. So today I am here with Ellen again. She's my accountability partner. And we've decided to call this Check In and Chat with Ellen and Jannis. And I'm happy that she's here with me. And today we're going to talk about something that affects your personal and your professional life. But first, I want to say it's my happy birthday.
Woo!
Happy birthday to me.
Happy birthday to you.
And
You're looking marvelous.
Right. Why, thank you. Thank you, madam. It's been an amazing birthday morning already. Like, my phone's been blowing up. I've been getting texts and phone calls and messages, and my people are so wonderful, and I'm so thankful. And so if you're watching, thank you for being my people. And thank you, Ellen, for being my people too. So today what we're going to talk about, and we're going to try to keep this short, like maybe 10 minutes, because we know I'm not so good at that. I always say that with Dr. John, we do like 20 to 30 minutes every time because I'm
all right.
talking.
I'm going to put the timer on. Here we go.
Okay. Fair enough. Okay. So today we're going to talk about something really important. So we were chatting about this. You and I meet once a week, and you're my accountability partner. I love you so much. You keep me on track. And we were talking about a couple of things. One, we were talking about being a hot mess. And Jannis has been a little bit of a hot mess lately.
And
I think
me
Jannis
as well.
is a hot mess.
All the time.
Right? And you know,
it's a hot mess all
we beat
the
ourselves
time.
up. All the dang time. I talk about it. I'm like, oh, I'm a hot mess today. But okay, aren't we all like kind of a hot mess? And always trying to not be a hot mess. And we think that that pertains to our personal life, but it also pertains to our professional life. And I try really hard to keep those two things separate. And I'm terrible at keeping those two things separate because I'm a very sensitive, heart-centered kind of person. And I realized recently that I give grace to everyone else, and I'm not so good at giving grace to myself. So you said you have this wonderful book, and you read this great quote.
Yep.
And I want you to read that great quote for all my friends because I want them all to hear it too.
Yeah. So, it's interesting because we do meet every week, and our accountability partnership is fabulous. I highly recommend anybody have accountability partners because it really does keep us on track, gets us grounded to what's important, because sometimes we just can't see the mess outside of us, and you're always a hot mess. And I wanted to say, when we say that, we start to live that truth too. So our words, which we're going to talk about the 22 talk shift next week, but which I'm so excited about we start to live our truth. But when we got on today, we were talking about all the things we were, checking in, what's going on, because, there isn't a distinction between personal life and business life. So we are all, it's all together.
Even though we want there to be. We want it to be, right? And we think that's how it's supposed to be. But can we as human beings really do that? I don't think we can.
No, because we're supposed to be aligning with our values, our core values, right? And that transcends into our professional life. But to go back to your question, I do want to make that quote, give you that quote from Self-Compassion. And she's talking about okay, can you hear my dogs in the background, or is it just me listening to them?
It's okay. We'll just act like quiet. Go ahead. It's okay.
So what I wanted to read was it's from the Buddhist point of view, and I do a lot of work on both spiritual, on myself, and their point of view is you have to care about yourself before you can really care about other people. And if you continually judging and criticizing yourself while trying to be kind to others, You are drawing artificial boundaries and distinctions that only lead to feelings of separation and isolation. So this is the opposite of oneness, where the interconnection and universal love is the ultimate goal of most spiritual paths, no matter what tradition. And, that brings me to our world, our Western culture, which, we're supposed to be strong, right? I'm a strong woman. I'm empower the
Yeah.
girls. I'm
Yeah.
strong. I'm
Yes.
confident. We get through things.
Yeah.
We don't complain. We
And I'm
bear
all of that
everything.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm a strong
So,
woman. I've been through some stuff and I'm confident and I'm all of those things. Yeah.
but it's not
But
it's not taking care and loving yourself and being compassionate to yourself, because we're trying to live into these ways or social ways of being our society says we need to be. And so oftentimes we beat the heck up out of ourselves. I mean, I do that. Oh, I didn't do that good enough. Gee, my business should be moving along further. And where's the compassion? So you mentioned something about with you about your talk track, and then you turned it
yeah.
into what would I say to my friend?
Yeah.
And would I treat
Yeah.
my friend this
Because we
way?
don't talk to ourselves very well. We're even, and I think some of the kindest people are guilty of talking to themselves in a way that they would be really angry if somebody talked to their friend that way.
Yeah,
I think,
absolutely.
yeah,
I would
yeah.
never talk
So,
to a friend like I talk to myself. And over the
yeah,
years of delving into all the self work that I've done, it really
hmm
comes down to remembering to take care. You've got, they always say, take care of yourself first. I get it. You've got to make that time. And
hmm
I'm really doing that work, right?
yeah,
Because
yeah,
being a mom for so many years, it's taking the kid, about the kids, about my mom, taking care of my mom, about my husband, about, oh, I've got to help this charity, I've got to organize an
yeah,
event for this. And self compassion is the number one thing we need to do for ourselves. And I just recently did a quiz through one of the life coaches that I
yeah,
have. And all the questions in there were really eye opening. So, for example, do you feel guilty or undeserving if your life is going well? Or are you always waiting for the other shoe to drop? I know a lot of people like that. Is your internal self talk harsh and critical as opposed to being more compassionate and kind? Do you have a hard time liking the person you see in the mirror? Have you ever done mirror work? People don't like to look at themselves in the mirror.
I have. And, I will say, I've come a long way. I have a birthday today. We won't talk about what birthday it is, but, as each birthday passes, I'm happy to say that I do a lot of self work and I have my whole life. And so I've come a long way. I can look back and see times when I didn't really engage with myself in really a healthy way, but that time is pretty much past. I feel pretty comfortable where I am and how I interact with myself. However, I don't think that, it's kind of like exercising. I don't think it's something that you ever stop doing. So I'm always, working on getting better and building the relationship with myself. And I also want to say, one of the things that you said, you're talking about how you do charity work and you do kind things for other people and that sort of thing, and don't always stop and think about what we do for ourselves. And I'm sure that it's not to say that we shouldn't do those things for other people or for charity and those sorts of things. We should do that because that's part of the whole, but we just need to remember that there's a slice of the pie that is us, you know. And I had one of the reasons we had this conversation is because I had a commitment. Uh, I guess it was just a week ago now. Feels like it was
Oh,
100
yeah.
years ago, but it was a week ago now,
Yes.
right? Um, So a week ago now, I had a commitment. I made a commitment to attend something. And when the time came to attend it, I just was not in a place that I could do it. I just couldn't do it. And I beat myself up about it. And that was really when the light went off for me. And I said, whoa, stop. What would I say to a friend that was battling with what she should do in this situation? And so it was good because I have done some of that mirror work, and I have done some of that self talk. And I am also quite blessed because I have some amazing people in my world, like yourself.
Yeah.
And I have several people in my world. I have attracted these wonderful people who fill my cup and remind me of the things that I need to do for myself. So
Yeah.
it's good.
And it is,
So,
and it
so
is a
we are
journey.
1 minute.
I
We're
know.
1
I
minute.
know.
We have this
So
1 minute
all I want
warning.
to say about that is with the self-compassion, it's really something that what you did, you grounded yourself in the moment and said, whoa, I know I have a commitment, and you were starting to feel bad about that. But here's the deal.
Mm-hmm.
They're not feeling bad. Most people are very understanding, kind, considerate. So turning that back in and saying, yeah, I give myself a break. It's okay today. This is where I'm at. I recognize it, and it's all good here. I can't show up to what I committed to. And that's life. Life is goes like this, ups and downs and twists and turns. And so, but just loving yourself, it's a practice, and it goes beyond, way beyond self-esteem or confidence, self-compassion.
Yes.
Delve into it. That's
Yes.
where it's at.
Yeah.
We
Because
are at
feeling
10
like a hot
minutes.
mess
Yeah.
and having your world be, upside down, or feeling vulnerable, all of those things does not mean that you have self-esteem issues, or that you're not self-confident. It doesn't mean that at all. We all deal with it. We all have to barrel through it. It affects our personal life, it affects our professional life, and the key to getting through it is keep moving, drive your train, and do what
That
makes you happy.
the train or take the bus. Keep going through it. That's
Yeah.
absolutely right. Don't get caught in that tunnel. Fabulous. I loved it. I loved
Yep.
always chatting with you.
Yes, me too. Thank you so much. And next week, I hope we're going to be running on a different platform, and we'll be able to interact with people as they comment. So you guys pick up that book. If you're beating yourself up and you're a hot mess, show us the book again. There you go. Self-compassion. Let's be compassionate with ourselves. Have a great day. For me, my happy birthday wish to everybody is have an amazing day.
Happy birthday.